Hi, I'm David. Welcome to another episode of Changing Times. Our guest is Jack Walton. He's a mental health advocate and a podcast personality. Please enjoy and stay safe. Hi, Jack. How's everything going?
Hi David, how are you?
Very well, very well. It's lovely meeting you.
Thank you for letting me come on. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm really grateful for that.
No, it's a platform that everyone can come on and share their stories and stuff. So it's a pleasure.
That's amazing.
So tell everyone who you are, what's your profession, what do you do?
Nice. So, my name's Jack Walton. I am a author. I'm a public speaker. I'm a podcast host and mental health advocate. So I do a lot of work within mental health, well-being, positive thinking, mindfulness, so all those kind of areas really. So I've got a book that I released last year called Being the Best You, which is on Amazon, and that's all about how I have been on a huge journey since I was a teenager in suffering really bad with poor mental health and a very negative mindset, and how I've kind of worked on that and improved it, and how I've done lots of different things since then. So that's that. I've got a podcast called A Slice of Life, which is all about mental health again, well-being, honestly, a bit of everything really, a bit of success kind of stuff. I have a guest on every single time, so it's really nice. And along with that, I feel like I do a lot of different things, but it's all within one key area of just wanting to. It's just about positivity, isn't it? It's just about helping people, really.
And I think at the moment we need all that positivity to
Oh,
get
God, don't we?
days of being inside, don't we? So
Yeah.
how has the lockdown and pandemic affected you and stuff? Have you
Oh,
been
good
able to
question.
work, or how has it been on you?
Good question. I feel like it's been a whole roller coaster of ups and downs, and it's when it first started, I think a lot of people were in denial. I was in denial where I thought this isn't happening. I'm not going to be, in lockdown. This isn't happening. It's not going to happen like this. And then you quickly realise actually this is happening, and it's just adjusting, isn't it? And it has been a really big adjustment. And I think a lot of people have had anxiety and highs and lows, and I think it's just been a whole roller coaster for everyone. But I think it's just adjusting to it. It's now my 9th week of working from home, which is it's getting there now. It's better. I don't mind it, but obviously I've never really worked from home before for a long period of time, so it's just kind of adjusting to that.
Yeah.
But it's again though, I'm grateful because I'm able to work from home, and obviously I'm so aware at the moment that there's even people that I know of that they can't do that. I've even got a family that they have to be in their place of work to do their job, and because they can't be there, they're not really earning as much money, and there's all furlough going on and all sorts of things. So it's almost like there's that going, but then you also realise how lucky you are. So it's just a bit of everything, but it's been a very balancing, emotional, interesting time, because there's been a lot of positives as well. It's given me a lot of time to just process emotions and to just deal with lots of unresolved stuff for me personally that I don't really work on normally. I mean, in life, we're always going so fast from one thing to the next, a million miles an hour, aren't we? And we like doing that because we're just preoccupied all the time, which is really good. But sometimes we're also doing that because we want to be preoccupied from things we don't really want to focus on.
Yeah.
And when you're in lockdown, we've all had a lot more time on our hands. We've all had more time. And when you've got more time, you have more time to think. And then things come up, and it's actually, this is a really good time for people to work on what they need to work on, address it. And yeah, I think it's good to remember I don't think we'll ever have a time like this ever again, really, in a historical way. This is a big deal. So I think when all this is over, we'll all look back at it and we'll all be able to take at least one thing away I do believe that's positive. Even if it's just saying I had a chance to make peace or something, or to learn a new skill, whatever it is. And in a situation like this, it's so easy to be there's nothing to be positive
It made people adapt and reflect on, and it's built it created a conversation with people that
Yeah,
don't ordinarily talk to each other. We might be friends on social media or
it's a good point. Yeah.
past in life, but we never had the time, or we thought we didn't have
Yes,
the time because we
you've got
always
it there.
thought we've got to
You've got
work,
it.
we've got to bring the money in, everything.
Yeah, you've got it.
We'll deal with it on another day, but
That's so
lockdown,
interesting.
it's given us that time to look at what's important and what was
Yeah.
actually what we were missing.
And it's almost like what matters as well, because I don't know about you, but in this lockdown, I've really had time to think about, okay, what do I truly, truly care about? Like, what do I actually care about? Who do I care about? I mean, like, I've spent a lot more time, like you say, speaking to friends that I would like. I speak to my friends a lot, but during lockdown, it's been more. And then friendships then I think are going to get tighter. So again, there'll be things after lockdown where people will grow closer. So there will be, even if it's just a tiny one, there'll be positive aspects. And I just think having that time to think about what you actually want to do, if it's in business, if it's in a relationship, if it's in life in general, it's just, I think it's having the gift of time that's beneficial. It's having that gift of time just to do whatever you need to do. And a lot of people think they don't have the time normally. And as you just said, that's a good point. When you just said we think we don't, that's the point. We think we don't because we think, okay, so I've got time to, watch Netflix or scroll through Instagram or whatever it is. We can all do that. But then when it comes to the other stuff, we think, actually, I don't have time for the other things. It's making those adjustments and it's compromising. It's working out what your priorities are, I guess.
So with all your mental health advocacy and stuff, obviously a lot of people need support and
Yeah.
need that encouragement, I suppose, from individuals like yourself that are like their voice.
Yeah.
So how have you found that have you been more prominent in spreading
Good
that
question.
message and being there for them people that can't say it?
Such a good question. And again, I always feel a bit weird saying this because it is, lockdown and it's a really very negative situation for a lot of people. But for me, from what I do and the work I carry out, it's been positive only because all of a sudden, everything that I do normally, I guess it's almost like the ignition's been turned on and it's a lot more now. It's a lot more in terms of the work I do. It's just more important because I myself, we need it. We, like you say, we need positivity and like uplifting things and like mental health and well-being. We need it and I need it as well. And I think that's why I've been doing a lot more like content. I've done lots of things like this now, like interviews and things, and I got to speak on West Midlands BBC Radio where I live. That was really cool. So like different things like that, and I've had to like give quotes on managing our mental health in lockdown and things we can do for our well-being. And I've been speaking with, I've had live videos on my Instagram. So every single week since lockdown began, I've been doing live videos. So for 9 weeks now, I've been speaking to guests twice a week, which is interesting because I didn't think it would last this long. I really didn't expect lockdown to be, at the very beginning I said I'm going to dedicate to do 2 videos a week for lockdown. And I don't really think I knew what I was getting myself into because a lot of people did that as well. Like, for example, Joe Wicks with his PE stuff, which is really cool. I don't think he also realised how long lockdown was going to be for because it's been a long time now. But yeah, so I've been busier than I would normally be, which is really, really weird. But I guess it's because we want to go back to the real authentic stuff, which is just managing our well-being and what can we do to feel good. And it's just the simple stuff that I guess we're craving right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. And have you been able to adapt to obviously
Mm.
the new norm of being in and stuff, or have you struggled with getting to the stage that you are now? Because you seem very content with being in lockdown and you're okay with it and stuff. But how was it at the beginning?
I mean, I'm better now, but I still feel like there is highs and lows. So because it's so long into it, you just kind of it's almost like you do form a new routine, because from like a psychological point of view, it takes like 21 days to form a habit. So because we're now into like, I think 50, whatever, 58 or something, because of that, I guess it's been such a long time now, we've surpassed that. So we've all got into our own new habits. So whatever we're all doing in lockdown, that's a habit now. So in that way, that's kind of comforting me, because we are, we're more adjusted. But saying that, I still think it brings a lot of challenges. Lockdown, it's social interaction. We crave it so much, and that's why doing these Instagram live videos with people has been really good. I've been I never FaceTime people really. I don't really do video chat stuff, but again, since lockdown, I can't tell you how many I've done, because it's just like a ridiculous number. I mean, I like to do voice calls normally, but in lockdown, I think that's not enough. That's not enough. We want to see someone's face. We want to have actual interaction with them. Just on the phone isn't enough now. So FaceTimes have been a big one for me, and just really, it's keeping in touch with people, because it's so easy to not. It's really easy in lockdown just to kind of, or just not, because we're all dealing with it, and we're all kind of just having our own little ways of dealing with it. So some people might be really okay right now, but then in a day or two, you slip up again and you're like, actually, I don't like this. I just want to go back to normal. I've had so many times where I'm like, no, I want to go back to normal. Then I'm okay again. Then I want to go back to normal. Then I'm adjusting. Then I'm enjoying it. So it is like really up and down, and it's still baffling. It's really mind-boggling. Even for me to actually think about it now kind of properly, I'm in lockdown, because I keep kind of forgetting it's boggling and mind-boggling to think about it. But it's hopefully, fingers crossed, something we never have to repeat again. And I guess, like I say, I just keep trying to think, what's that positive takeaway I can get from this? Whether that's, honestly, for me, just reaching more people and making a positive difference. And even if it's just one person that watches this, or someone who's really not dealing with lockdown very well, and they just see something and they think, okay, there's hope, there's positivity, it's going to be okay. It's what it's all about, isn't it? Just, helping.
Have you been able to reflect on yourself? And because obviously this is the first time we've spoken and stuff, and I don't know very much about you before lockdown and everything. So have you been able to look back on how you were, if you were a success that you were, and being able to go, I did that, but I need to do it differently now to be able to take that forward?
So interesting. I think I'm one of those people, I'm not very as good at that. I'm more so when I achieve something I want to achieve, I achieve it. And then I'm going to be honest, probably like an hour, a day later, I'm like, okay, what next? What's next? And I guess that's from someone who's always just wanting to achieve and to work on it, and to just, I think it's because I know what's achievable in life, that I know what can be achieved if you put your mind to it. So because I follow law of attraction, and like I'm really into like positivity and all that stuff, I know what can be done. So then I try to really, I always try to aim high and try to achieve, stuff that's, but then again, it's the why as well. I always go back to the why. And again, that's to answer your question in lockdown, I keep going back to the why, because sometimes we forget what the why is. So why are we doing this? Why am I working on this project? Why am I doing this video? Why? If the reason isn't to motivate somebody or to help somebody, we're not doing the right thing. We need to readjust and reevaluate. And I keep going back to the why a lot, because before lockdown, you can forget that. You get really all encompassed in social media, Instagram, that kind of world, and, just modern life, isn't it? And I think remembering what your why is, like what every single person watching this will have a different why for, for them. But remembering your why is the most valuable thing, because that means you're on that road to doing what you want to do. And I think reflection is really important as well, because when you reflect, it's looking back at the good and the bad, isn't it? And I think that's important. It's not just reflecting on like the good stuff, it's also reflecting on what you didn't do. So what didn't I achieve? What didn't I do that I wanted to have done? And that's okay as well, that's fine. And then I really love setting goals, so then the goals come in after that. I love setting goals, but I'm never satisfied in that way. And I think that I'm always happy, but after that goal's been done, a day after, that we're setting another one. What next? I mean, even if it was a huge one, like last year when I released my book, it was really nice, and you have that euphoria moment. It's really exciting. You've got your book, it's happened. And then a few days after, it's like, okay, this is really lovely. What next? And that's just me as a person. It's like, what's next? Because I'm always wanting to, I like working on stuff. Just like creating stuff that's gonna, it's just putting it out there into the universe that's gonna hopefully be of benefit, I guess.
Exactly. So, what is next for Jack? What is Jack got planned?
That's such a good question. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, I'm gonna say what it is because I've not said this. I'm getting excited and it's calm down. Right. Okay, I've not really said it. I've told people, but I've not actually said it, so I'm going to say it because this is really big. Right. So I released Being the Best You last June, and last October I started working on something else, which is going to be out in August. So at the end of August, it's going to be released. It's going to be about 10 months from start to finish. I'm releasing the journal version of Being the Best You. So I'm going to be releasing the Best You journal, which is like a book and a journal combined together. So you've got half book with lots of like stuff to read, half journal, actual things to do. So for example, pages where you can set goals. So you can set monthly goals on there. You can create affirmation lists. You can do gratitude. You can plan out your morning routine. You can practice like self-care. So it's like a book and a journal. Like the book was all about like my story and what I've been through, which I thought was really nice. But a lot of people ask me, what kind of things do you do throughout the day to just keep positive? And, that's a hard question. So I thought, let's make a journal so I can put it all in there. And everything I recommend, it doesn't really cost anything. It's free. Every single thing I practically do, I swear to you, is free. It's stuff like setting goals and being grateful and like meditating. It's stuff really that doesn't cost anything. And I think that's the point. A lot of people think that there's a big key or exciting ingredients to success and positivity, but there really isn't. It's just like getting back to basics. It's the simple stuff. So the journal's the big project that I'm working on. Well, constantly. I've been doing it since October, and yeah, that's what's happening.
Well, that's amazing, and I wish you luck on that. And you heard it here first. And so,
yeah.
where can people find you if they want to look up Jack Walton and feed off the positivity that you're given? Where can they find you?
So on Instagram, it's at I am Jack Walton, and I've also got another page called Motivator Boy. So that's like my little like sideline thing that I'm doing, and that's a lot more focused on like mental health and positivity. I am Jack Walton's like a bit of everything. So there's those two, and my book's Being the Best You. It's on Amazon now. And I've also got my podcast called A Slice of Life, which is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, just all the usual ones, really. But if you go onto my Instagram, you'll find a link to everything anyway. So, yeah, Instagram's the first port of call, really.
Oh, that's brilliant. And thank you so much, Jack, for...
Thank you for letting me come on.
Being a part of...
It's my pleasure.
And we'll certainly catch up with you, and we'll see where you're up to in a few months' time.
I'd love to.
Hopefully we're back to the new normal or whatever that will look like.
Literally, yeah, wherever it takes us, yeah.
Exactly. Thank you very much for this, Jack, and we'll speak soon.
Thanks so much, David. Thank you.